Okay, so today what I want to talk to you about is the compensation plan and how to create a compensation plan and what it should do for you. Very often people create compensation plans that don't actually do the things that they need them to do, and their businesses don't go as they are as planned because of that. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is the fact that the compensation plan is absolutely not a method to give away your money. Many of my clients sit down and they show me how much money they're going to be giving away. And my question to them is, well, what do you want in return? Because you're not just giving your money away. This should be a trade, a fair trade. You're giving some money for some activity. I want you to do some work, therefore I'm going to give you some money for doing that work. You do the work, you earn the money. So it's a simple process. But again, if you are just wanting to give your money away, just let me know. I'll send you my banking account and you can just give it straight to me, no problems. What a compensation plan is first and foremost, it's a compelling story. It's a story that you believe in, heart and soul. You need to have complete faith in your compensation plan. You need to have in-depth and personal knowledge of that compensation plan so that when you talk to people about the compensation plan, you believe it and they feel that belief. It needs to be a compelling story, and your story needs to be strong enough that people say, wow, I want part of that. So when you create your compensation plan, keep in mind that having that compelling story is a critical key sort of component of your compensation plan. Next, you need to get your IBOs going fast. So your compensation plan has to have elements of fast start in it. What you want to do is you want to get your people up and running within 6 weeks. We've got a lot of statistics that show that if you don't get your guys to at least earn their money back within the first 6 weeks, they're gone and you never get them back. So the dropout rate for people who don't get their money back within 6 weeks is very high. So the idea is your compensation plan and your training needs to be geared to helping your people get up and going within 6 weeks so that they're out the blocks fast, so you retain more of those people that you bring in. Next thing, you want to drive sales. So you want to pay people who do a few sales, but you want to pay people who do a lot of sales a great deal more. So the idea is that the more sales they do, the more money they earn, so you drive a lot of sales. Remember that if product doesn't sell, nobody earns any money. So everything has got to be focused around the product actually physically selling. That transaction of value has to happen. Next, you want to drive recruits, because the more recruits you have, the bigger turnover you have. And I'll give you an example. I had a little company called Acorn Kids many years ago. That company's still going. You can look them up, acornkids.com. Anyway, we had a situation where we were pushed very hard to train our people how to double the number of sales they each did in a month. And after about 6 months of pushing, we managed to get sales up by 25 or 30%. Now that is excellent. To get the sales up by 25 to 30%, brilliant. But we then the following month decided to double the size of the team. And we doubled the size of the team and we doubled the turnover straight away. So having mechanisms that allow you to drive growth, to allow you to drive recruiting is a key issue. Then your compensation plan needs to be geared to developing leadership, and I'll go into detail about how you develop leadership, but it needs to be a key component of what you do there. And then a big thing is retaining good people. It's difficult to get people to come on board. It's difficult to get them started. But once they are going with you, you need to have mechanisms to ensure that they don't actually disappear on you. One of the things with retentions are people, if the compensation plan is not really strong, people will come on board. They'll earn a whole lot of money in the first wave because everything is geared to those early adopters. They'll peak out, and then what they'll do is they'll move to the next opportunity, take your entire network with them, and your business crashes. So retention is a massive issue. So the compensation plan is the biggest expense that you will have in your MLM business by a long shot. And we're going to go into detail with that now. So on average, the average compensation plan has 30,000, at least the average MLM business has 30,000 members. So this is 30,000 people who are registered as IBOs who are selling your product. They're active, they're out there. That's the average company. There are companies that are way, way, way bigger than that. But if you're just planning to be average, you're looking at about 30,000 agents. On average, globally, the retail sales per agent per year is $1,900. So your average agent, across the board, some are doing more, some are doing less, but on average, you're doing about $1,900 a month across a year with 30,000 agents, which means that you're doing about $57 million in retail sales. That's if you're an average company. Okay, big companies do way more than that, but the average company is doing $57 million in annual sales. Now, your retail discounts are 20% usually. That's the industry standard. So that means you would be paying out $11 million in retail commissions, and your downline commissions are normally around 40%. That means you got $18 million in downline commissions, giving you a total of $29 million annual commissions on an average network. Now, if you're making a $29 million decision today on your compensation plan, don't you think you should be super careful about what you do? Because if you get it wrong, that's $29 million down the pipe, so to say. And so it's critically important that when you design your compensation plan, you realize that this is the biggest decision you're ever going to make in your MLM business, and you've got to get it right. And another point I want to make is if you get it wrong, you can't change it. Because if you change it, some people are going to lose money, some people are going to make money, and the people who lose money, they just resign, they're gone. You lose 3/4 of your team just like that. So it's critically important that you get your compensation plan right from the beginning, from the get-go. So the 3 big mistakes we see our clients make, number 1 is they decide to do their own compensation plan. Now, those people who are doing their own compensation plan generally have very little knowledge. They've been a member of 1 or 2 multi-level marketing businesses. They've only seen the compensation plan from the perspective of the IBO, and now they try and put a compensation plan together. And the biggest comment I get from them is, we want something simple. It needs to be easy to explain. Well, I can tell you right now is the second you make it easy to explain, your leadership is out the window, because the leadership is where you're supposed to be aiming a lot of your commissions, and simple compensation plans do not grow leaders. So we find that's a huge mistake. Unless you've got years of experience designing compensation plans from a company's perspective, and you've seen the impact of that compensation plan from a company's perspective, it would be very unwise for you to create your own compensation plan. Remember, you're making a $29 million decision here. The next thing we see is a lot of our clients say, well, they were a member of Company A, and Company A had a great compensation plan, and they would like to use that compensation plan. Now, that is absolute insanity, because I've had personal experience where a client has come to me and said they want to use this company's compensation plan, and in the same month, the company has come to me to say that their compensation plan stinks and they desperately need somebody to help them change it. Now, bear in mind that every compensation plan, the company is trying to convince their network that this is an excellent compensation plan. So if you've been a member of some other network, the only message you would have got is all the positives about that compensation plan. You wouldn't have heard any of the negatives. They keep that completely to themselves. Now you implement that compensation plan thinking that you've got something wonderful. Down the road, you're going to discover those same negatives and have to live them. Because remember what I said? You can't change your comp plan. Once you've got a compensation plan going, if you change it, you lose your business. So that's a critical issue, is taking somebody else's compensation plan. Very difficult. You've got to understand all of the nuances. You've got to make sure that it works with your product. And of course, you've got to make sure that the company who you're copying is actually happy with their compensation plan behind closed doors in their boardroom with their financial director. Not what they say in public, what they say in private. Now, the third big mistake we see people making is that they don't use a specialist. Now, remember, you're making a $29 million decision here, and that's just per year. If you did this over 10 years, you're making a $290 million decision. So I recommend highly that you go out, find a specialist who can design a proper compensation plan for you, somebody who understands the compensation plan rules, who's done it 100 times for 100 other companies who've been successful, and who can then sit with you and show you how to design that compensation plan for your specific business, for your specific products. So I recommend that highly. You're making, as I said, $29 million decision. It really requires that kind of input. And the question is, do you want to take a chance? Do you want to take a chance on your own experience and your own insight and your own understandings? Do you want to take a chance that the company you're copying is actually doing a great job? Or do you want to go out, find a professional who can do a really good job for you, who puts something together that you know will work, that you can trust? So my recommendation is absolutely 100% get a specialist to design your compensation plan, and then don't mess with it. unless you got serious expertise, I would stay away from messing with whatever they design. Now, how do you structure a plan? So a compensation plan consists of two different areas. It consists of structure and it consists of a number of compensation elements. So the structure is how you structure the team, and there's dozens of ways to structure the team, and I'll talk about them later on. And of course, how you compensate the people, what elements you're going to put into that compensation plan to compensate people for their activity. So the first compensation element I'd like to talk about is the six-week fast start bonus. I think this is a critical compensation element, and I think every single company should have some sort of fast start bonus. Now, this is just an example, guys. Don't go out, copy this and say, okay, I've got a compensation plan now. This is just an example of what is possible. Let's say you sell your starter kit at $60. So the goal is to get the person to get their $60 back as quickly as possible. That's the goal. So what you want to do is you want to put some compensation elements that within 6 weeks are going to pay out $60 on top of whatever other commissions you have. This must be an over and above. So the first thing you could do is, for example, you could say, listen, if you go out, find one customer who registers and purchases $50 worth of product, we will give you a $20 fast start bonus. So there the person has got 33% of their money back straight away just by finding one customer. Next, you could say to them, if within the first 4 weeks you recruit your first person, or if within the first 4 weeks you sign up a second customer who gives you $50, then we'll give you another $20. That's 2/3 of the person's money back. And then you say to them, if within the first 6 weeks you sign up another person, or you get another customer who buys $50 worth of product, we'll give you another $20 worth of product, worth of commissions, and there you've got your $60 back. Now, structured around this must be some serious training, because if I recruit somebody, I must be trained to help that person get their $60 back in the first 6 weeks. I must be out there in the field with them, helping them to find their customers, helping them find and recruit their first 2 people. I must be doing everything in my power to get that $60 into their hands. And when they go out to sign up people, that same mindset must be with them. We must have set the example, and they go out and do the same thing. So that fast start bonus can be manipulated or designed in a number of different ways so that it suits your particular business or product. But again, the whole idea is within the first 6 weeks, get them the money back. Next, there's some serious compensation plan rules that you need to keep in mind. Okay. The first rule is called the retail rule. So remember, one of the things I said, you want to drive people to purchase product, to sell product. It's the key thing. If product is not sold, nobody makes commissions, the business falls. So we need to drive people to sell product. You cannot make money, however, from purely recruiting. Remember I said we doubled our team and we doubled our turnover? Well, you've got to be super careful about that, because there's big rules around that. The first rule is you may not make money purely from recruiting. So you must be able to make your living without recruiting a single person. So let's say you're at the top here, you recruit 2 people. And this is the reason why. You earn money. You had to recruit people to earn money, so you earn money. They don't earn money because they're the bottom of the team. So you say to them, okay, go out and recruit 2 people. So they go and recruit 2 people. They earn money, but their people don't earn money because they are at the bottom of the pyramid. And in a pure recruiting mechanism, there are always people at the bottom of the pyramid. Always. There's always a bottom. There's always people who haven't recruited anybody. And those people cannot possibly earn money, because as soon as they recruit people, they now have people at the bottom of the pyramid who are not earning money. And eventually, mathematically, you run out of people. Now, the reality of these recruit-driven businesses is that they collapse. And depending on how much volume they've been created, there's a go to jail and do not pass go process as well. So if you just do a couple of $100,000 in sales over a few years, nobody's going to notice you. You're flying under the radar. But if you're doing $57 million a month in retail sales and you collapse, I can guarantee you the authorities are going to come and investigate you. Guaranteed. And the first thing they're going to try and ascertain is, are you an illegal pyramid? If they find out that you've got a purely recruit-based business, guaranteed, the best case scenario is they shut you down. But the worst case scenario is they deem you to be having run an illegal pyramid, and there's jail time attached to it because it is illegal. It's a felony. So the issue is that you've got to be super careful that you never fall foul of the pyramid scam rules. And the big one is that 70% of your sales must come from a pure customer. This is not somebody who signed up as IBO and now got downgraded to a customer. This is a person who signed up as a customer and who's a customer today and wants to continue buying your product. Now, the key thing to that, and we'll just touch on it, is that you have to have a fair exchange of value. In other words, you can't have a product that's worth 10 Rand that you're selling for 1,000 Rand, because that's not a fair exchange of value. No customer in their right mind is going to do that. So you need to have a product that is worth the money you're asking for it. People have got to want that product and have got to buy the product for its own sake, not because there's a business opportunity attached to it. So if you can make a living out of just signing up customers, you've got a business. So here you have a situation where this person signs up a bunch of customers, they're earning retail commission. If they sign up people, then their messaging to those people have to be, listen, you guys need to go and sign up customers. Okay? They now sign up customers and those customers are earning money. Now, the key thing is here, if the customers don't earn money, it doesn't matter because the customers never signed up to earn money. The customers purely signed up to use the product, to enjoy the product, and to get that value exchange. So the exchange is they're giving you money for the product. They're not interested in the business opportunity. They purely want the product. So your business needs to have a 70-30 split. 70% of your sales need to go to customers. The other 30% can go to consumption within the network. So the second thing is you can't pay commissions for recruiting people. So you can't say to you guys, listen, if you recruit 2 people, we're going to give you, for every person you recruit, we're going to give you a 200 Rand commission or $200 commission. You can't say that. That's illegal. You can't pay commissions on the starter kit. So the person buys a starter kit that's got some product in it, and now you pay commissions on starter kit. That's illegal. You can't pay commissions on an administration fee. And you can't pay commissions on training where you are teaching the people to do your business. So you got an MLM business, you got training that teaches them how to do that MLM business, you can't pay commission on it. You can charge them for it, that's not a problem, but you can't pay out commissions. All of those things would be a high indicator of an illegal pyramid. So let's talk about the retail commission quickly. So the retail commission starts with a profit share. So the product costs $100, I get a 20% discount, so I buy it for $80, I go around to my mate, I sell them the product, and they pay $100, I make a $20 retail commission. I could also send that person to my replicated website and they could come online, they could purchase the product for $100, the system would calculate my $20 retail profit and would pay it out to me. So either way, that is a commission I make purely on selling the product to a customer, either in person or via the e-commerce website. So let's say I had 100 clients, and I get them each to spend $100 on my website or with me personally. That means that I would have $10,000 in sales with a 20% retail profit. I would be making $2,000 profit. So not many companies would be happy with just having 100 customers. So that is not a huge customer base, and your good salespeople, your good IBOs will easily have that kind of volume. The next thing is to create a volume bonus. Now, the reason for a volume bonus, excuse me, reason for a volume bonus is you want to reward those people who are doing high volumes. So if a person just sold 1 unit, you would give them 20%. That's the minimum retail volume. But if they sold 100 units, you would give them 40%. So as their volume goes up and as their volume increases, you would give them a bigger commission so that you really encourage them to do greater sales. So here's a typical breakpoint volume bonus table. So for example, here if the person did between $80 and $139, you would give them an extra 2% in commissions. If they did $440 to $499, you would give them an extra 8%. And if they did over $1,600, you'd give them an extra 20%. So in this example, 100 clients all spending $100 give you $10,000 in sales. Obviously, you're over the $1,160 mark, so you'd get 20% retail, 20% volume bonus. So an average IBO with 100 clients spending $100 a month would walk away with $4,000 in their pocket. Can you see this guy can make himself a living, or this girl can make herself a living simply by selling the product, simply by retailing it, by running a traditional small business where they buy product and sell it at a profit. Now, obviously, from an MLM perspective, we want to develop a team of 30,000 plus members. So we have to build in mechanisms that identify leaders and help us to grow the team. Now, the average network, as I said before, is 30,000 people. If you talk wholesale sales, that's the face value of the orders. You're looking at $1,600 per member per month, per year. That means you've got a $48 million business. And I need to be clear here, I need to stress, you cannot run a $48 million business with 30,000 agents without substantial, well-trained, committed leadership. These are people who are full-time in the business, they're earning big money, they just do nothing else in their life but actually run the team. Your goal is to have 20, 30, 40 top leaders that you work with, and they need to be dealing with the 30,000 people out there. You don't want to be dealing with those 30,000 people. So in order to find leadership, you need to realize that leadership doesn't, they emerge, they're not made. You can't identify leadership just by saying, I think this guy's a leader or this girl's a leader. They emerge through the structures and strategies you put in place, that they need to have goals that they aim for, and they need to prove to you that they are leaders. So what you do is you create goals. You create goals of how many recruits they need to make. You need to have goals of what the minimum volume that those recruits need to do, and of course, what time period they do it. And by creating those rules, you will see those leaders emerge in your business. So for example, we provide ranks. IBO stands for Independent Business Owner. You can call it anything you like. We call it IBO, Independent Business Owner. And you can say to an IBO, listen, if you go out and recruit 2 people, and you help them to sell X amount in retail commission to customers, then what we're going to do is we're going to give you a rank promotion. We're going to call you a core 3. Again, you can call it anything you like. I've just used the term core 3 because there's 3 people in that team. It's the core team of 3 people. You can then say, listen, if you go out and you help your people to become core 3, then we will promote you to a core 7. And if you help each of those people to become core 7s, we will promote you to business builder. So you can see here, you don't have to say, listen, I think this person's a leader. You don't need to say that, because this person is proving they're a leader simply because they've got the rank of business builder. And you know, the only way they could have got the rank of business builder was building 2 core 7 teams, and those 2 teams had to have minimum volumes. Their leaders need to all be paying their minimum monthly admin fee, would have to have bought their starter kit. So you know that this person is capable of recruiting and leading a small team. So they're putting their hands up. As I say, the leaders emerge. Now what you do is you create a bunch of ranks. And again, you can have as many ranks as you like, and you can call them anything you like. At the moment, we say, listen, if the person became a gold team leader, to become a gold team leader, they need 10 core 7 teams. Or to become a diamond, they need 10 bronze team leaders. Or to become a crown ambassador, they need 10 platinum team leaders. Now it's obvious that a person who's a crown ambassador has gone out and has found themselves 10 people and helped those 10 people to become platinum leaders. So you've got a crown ambassador who is definitely a very solid leader in your business. They would be earning very good money if your compensation plan is structured right, and it's someone you can depend on to continue running your business and running the team the way that they've built it, because they've come through the ranks and they've put their hand up and they've said, listen, I'm a leader. Now, you want to encourage these people to hit their marks, to achieve those ranks. So what you do is you put a rank achievement or a rank advancement bonus in place. So in other words, you say, listen, when you become a business builder, the first time you become a business builder, we're going to give you $100. On top of all of your other commissions, we're going to give you $100. If, for example, you become a Ruby, we'll give you $2,500 once off. And of course, if you become a Crown Ambassador, we'll give you a $10,000 fee. Now, the thing to remember, if you're a triple diamond and you are just about to go Crown Ambassador, why wouldn't you put all the effort you could in to go Crown Ambassador to get a $10,000 payout? So this rank advancement bonus really drives people to go and get that next rank, to do the little bit extra that they need to move up a rank and get that once-off payment. So that's an example of how you would drive people to actually go up in rank. Next, you want to reward people for building big teams. So you might have something like a level-based commission. So the way level-based commissions work is, let's just talk about levels for the moment. So there you are. If you go and sign up somebody, that person is your level 1 person. So you personally sign them up, they're one level down from you, so they level 1. If that person signs somebody up, that would be your level 2 person. And in turn, if that level 2 person signs somebody up, that would be your level 3 person. Now, the idea is as you go up in rank, so your income needs to go up. So you need to have a corresponding rise in income every single time you go up. So for example, if you're an IBO, you're earning no level-based commissions because you've recruited nobody. You're not a leader. But if you go and recruit 2 IBOs, you start earning commissions. So you'll get 2% of whatever those people would actually be selling. So all of the retail commissions that come into their door, you'd get 2% of whatever retail sales they make. When you become a team leader, for example, you might be earning on 4 levels. So you might be earning 2% on level 1, 3% on level 2, 3% on level 3, and 4% on level 4. I mean, those can be whatever and need to be discussed in terms of your compensation plan, but a level-based commission is typically something like that. When you become a Crown Ambassador, you might earn on all 8 levels. So as you go up in rank, every time you up a rank, you earn deeper in the network, which means you get more money. The next thing is that you want to reward people for actually continuing to train and drive and help their members build. Okay, so generally we have some sort of leadership bonus in a compensation plan. So it's another typical element that we'd put in. And this gets calculated, this leadership bonus gets calculated on your personal recruits. These are people you've personally brought into the business. And it also gets calculated on the level-based commissions that they receive. So I bring in somebody, if they earn money, I earn money. So the whole idea is that my focus in this particular compensation element, my focus is on helping them earn money, because the more money they earn, the more money I earn. So this is the way it works. Let's say you sign up a couple of people, and let's say each of those people earn $100 in level-based commissions. That's a total earnings of $200. As a leader, you would get a percentage of that $200. So now, based on what levels you have, you might get, as for example, as a bronze team leader, you might get 50% of what they earn. As a gold team leader, you might get 70% of what they earn. And as a ruby, you might get 100% of what they earn. So let's go and look at a typical example. So this leadership bonus is calculated on personal recruits and level-based commissions. If you help your 10 people, let's say you recruit 10 people, you help them each earn $100, that means their total earnings is $1,000. Now you get a percentage of this. So let's say you're a ruby, you would get 100% as a ruby, which means you'd make $1,000. Now what happens if you wanted to earn $2,000? Well, it's real simple. Help your people each earn $200 and you earn $2,000. And the same applies if you want to earn $10,000, just help each of those people earn $100, or help 100 people earn $100, or sorry, $10. So you can do it any way you want in a typical leadership commission. But the idea is that what you're wanting to do is you want to drive your people to help their personal recruits to earn money. That's the key issue here. Now, you've gone through this. The question is, wow, giving away the farm, does the math work? And if you have a look at it, you're giving away 20% in discount, you're giving away 20% volume bonus, you're giving away 20% level-based commission, you've got 20% leadership bonus, you've got fast start, you've got rank achievement. I mean, you're giving away so much money. Is there anything left for the company? Well, there's the concept called the Pareto principle, or the 80-20 rule. I'm sure you've heard of it. And it says that 20% of people do 80% of the work. So a typical example in our industry is that 20% of the people will get the maximum commission, but the other 80% won't, which means that you have a concept called breakage. So you are promising a maximum amount of money, but the reality is the average is substantially lower, and that difference between what you're promising and what you actually pay out is what we call breakage, and that allows you to pay the top leadership extremely well. By managing that breakage, you can pay your top leadership well and still pay your team a living income. So, example, the discount is the discount. So we promised 20%, the system would pay 20%. But for example, for the volume bonus, you promised 20%, but 80% of the people don't do the work. So you land up averaging 5%. So it promises 20%, and some people will earn the 20%, and that's fantastic, but your average is 5%. In level-based commission, the same thing. You promise 20%, but on average, you're only paying out 10%. In the leadership commission, the leadership bonus, you promise 20%, and again, many people will earn that 20%, but if you look at the averages, it's around 5%. And of course, your starter kit is funded through your fast start bonuses, and your admin fee funds the rank achievement. So at the end of the day, a compensation plan like I've just outlined here, and remember, I'm not saying you must use this compensation plan, I'm just giving you an example. This compensation would average 40% at scale. So when the company gets to the 30,000 agents, is doing 57 million in retail sales, at that point, you would be paying out, on average, 40% commission. And that's the international commission average standard that is out there. On our website, on MLM for CEOs, we are going to have this as a download. So there will be a link that you'll be able to download this compensation spreadsheet. I'm going to quickly run through it to show you how it works, so that you will understand it, and you can obviously come back. This live stream is going to be edited and put onto our MLM for CEOs website, so you will be able to go and watch it again. But the way this works is that we've divided it up into sections. So on the extreme left here, you've got your IBOs, your ranks. So this is all the different ranks that you have. Next to that is what you need to do to achieve those ranks. Then you've got your retail commission and your volume bonus. Now, on the extreme right here, you have got the breakpoints that drive that volume bonus. So that's just gone to the right, so it doesn't confuse everybody there. Next, we've got our level-based commissions. Then we've got our leadership commissions, our once-off commissions. At the top here is your activity, the achievements that you need to do to, the achievements that you have to reach in order to be active. So you'll see here that you've got to have paid a $9 admin fee. You've got to be doing, you've got to have bought your starter kit. You've got to do at least 20 points, which could be $200 a month, whatever you want to make it, of minimum retail sales. And then at the bottom here is your fast start bonus, which shows you how you can earn your $60 back quickly. Now, I'm going to take you through to a website that we've got, MLM for CEOs. I highly recommend that you take a look at it. On the first page, you'll see that we've got a bunch of blogs which teach you everything you need to know about just about anything with the website. So here, for example, you've got how to design your compensation plan. And in this blog, we have put together all the various different types of compensation plans, the different structures, force matrix, 2-hour binary systems, uni-level compensation plans, stair-step breakaways, etc. And of course, all the different compensation elements. Now, this is not all the compensation elements, because believe me, there's thousands of them. People come up with all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff. But those are the compensation elements, the sort of the most popular and most well-known compensation elements. Next, if you go to our next page, which is the webinars page, you will find the videos on how to start and run your business, interviews that we've done. For example, this interview with Tembela. He runs Umgalelo.Africa, which is one of the fastest growing MLM companies in South Africa, and I think probably in Africa at the moment. They're absolutely exploding. They're doubling their turnover every single month. It's just crazy what's happening. Well worth listening to that interview, but you will also see this live stream sitting over here. So if you want to come and watch it again, you're welcome to do so. But there's a lot of other stuff in here that is well worth watching as well. And then last but not least, we have got our podcasts. And this is a space where we interview various people in the industry so that you can listen to your car and enjoy it as a sort of a podcast, just an audio stream. This is Bob Parker. They run a $3.5 billion business. Called Forever Living. This person here, Jay Leisner, unbelievably worthwhile listening to him. He's done one of those most articulate speeches or talks I've ever heard on compensation plans. And so if you're interested in the compensation plan at all, I highly recommend you go and take a listen to Jay Leisner's audio. It's absolutely exceptional. This lady here earned 6 or 7 million pounds last year from Avon, as just an agent. So there's a number of people here well worth actually having a listen to. And this will give you a real insight into the MLM, but of course, key will be that you'll be able to download the compensation plan that I demonstrated to you today and get that up and running and you know, see how that works for you. Okay, guys, that's it from the live stream. I think that my people are sitting on the other side responding to any questions or any posts that you guys are doing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it quits on my side, but obviously you can continue to ask questions, and my guys will respond to you in the comments of this live stream. Thank you very much for taking the time to be part of this live stream. It was our first one, so it was tremendously exciting for us to do, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing amazing things from you guys moving forward. Have a good day.